Hi everyone, welcome to your reading about your next big opportunity. There are 3 piles containing messages today. Please take some time to feel which piles you feel drawn to most strongly. You could be drawn to one or more pile. In this reading especially, you could have one or more opportunities on their way to you now. So pile number 1, your crystal is the wolf, and your card is trust. Pile number 2, your crystal is the cat, and your card is flow. Pile number 3, your crystal is the dragon, and your card is guidance. Okay, whenever you are ready for your messages, head to the description and you will find the timestamp that will take you there, and I will see you then. Hi there, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading about your next big opportunity. Get excited. I am truly excited to get into this today. I just have this giddy feeling. I feel like we all have a lot of good on the way to us now. So let's start with some oracle as an energy check to see if this is the right pile for you at this time. If the energies are not feeling right, please check out other piles in the video or check out other readings on my page that can answer your questions. So let's go ahead and reveal your first oracle card. Ooh, you have holiday. As well as another card came out, you have direction. Okay, let's choose from a different deck. I love that there is trust, faith, and direction all together in this spread so far. Here is another card for you guys. We have victim. Feel this one as well. And complacency. Wow, okay. Gossip. And final one, balance all of that out. Okay. I definitely feel a strong connection between, of course, holiday, direction, and victim, all one after another. This, of course, taking holiday literally is thinking like your next big opportunity is going to come around a holiday or something adjacent from that in that season, whatever it may be. You could have a business where you do well during certain holidays. That could be a big opportunities coming up for you. Depending on when you're watching the video, I'm sure you know which holidays would be significant if this is a factor for you, an opportunity for your business. One thing I want to get out of the way right away before I get other messages, but what I'm getting at is direction coming after holiday makes me think, wow, and I love that it is 27 to 26, kind of like opposite direction than you would want it to flow, because direction confirmed my idea of okay, the direction we're heading is toward a holiday, towards something having to do with holiday. So I will definitely need to clarify with the tarot what else this could mean, but trusting that your direction is taking you somewhere, or you were on a direct path to some event that will be the next big opportunity. As well as this card did remind me of seasonal things, of course autumnal vibes, as well as it did remind me of the winter holidays, particularly for individual reasons to me, but must be significant, of course, if it came out as well, tying into the holidays message. So I'm seeing fall to the end of the year, that last kind of chunk of the year. Complacency with the dead of winter happening in this one. Complacency and victim coming together. Your next big opportunity could be, again, tied to the fact that you feel like your success is associated, you are dependent on certain factors to be successful. I'm thinking of people who would go present at an outdoor venue of some sort and the weather is bad so it gets canceled. You're reliant on things like that, or that comes in your way as a factor that could come disrupt your success, your opportunity in that moment. So I think that there could have been a couple instances recently where you felt like the victim in this situation, where you felt like things went wrong that were, of course, out of your control, and it really was a setback to you. I'm seeing with the victim card as well as with complacency, that could also be like kind of accepting, I almost want to say accepting the fact that the bad things will happen, that things will take the bad turn, sometimes would almost manifest that outcome for you. I think that focus on the positive would be a small message as well within the spread so far. So your next big opportunity, there's so much here to unpack. We also still have the tea leaf, my goodness. Okay, so let me pull out a couple clarifier tea leaf cards for details. These cards I want, yes, can we get the details on the next big opportunity with these tea leaf cards? We still need to address gossip and balance. Okay. So about 2 or 3 tea leaf. Target, a goal-oriented person. Happiness. And your last one, skull, with hidden secrets can harm you. Target, a goal-oriented person. Definitely you could be feeling tied to some tighter goals at this point in the year. Like maybe you're even thinking ahead, like, oh, these holidays coming up, we're halfway through the year. If you're watching this at the time it's uploaded, you're starting to get in that mindset, some of you, of I need to gear up for that time of the year where it feels like a lot more energy is needed from me, a lot more of my finances are being called upon to be used in that time. Like, Target, you are goal-oriented. Let me just get into this tarot because I don't know if things are getting much more clear other than that aspect of goal-oriented. Like, you would be frustrated by things out of your control getting in your way to the direction you're headed with your pursuits. You're very goal-oriented in that way. So these things have been affecting you, perhaps. Okay, so for pile 1, we need more for this energy check for them, please. To clarify, this next big opportunity, really this is kind of what they're feeling like now, what they're dealing with now. What else can we know about it to identify for them? Wow. So the 9 of Swords, just what I'm thinking of, the distress and the anxiety kind of almost manifesting, and maybe you're reaching a point where it really is becoming a lot and you're almost detaching from it because it's just becoming too stressful for some of you guys. Gossip as well, it could be like a competitive environment that you find yourself in now. You're looking for more balance, looking to head somewhere where things are more balanced. You're kind of planning your next steps in your dreams. Like in your alone time, I feel like you're kind of in thought. I see a lot of waiting, being in thought with complacency with 9 of Swords, and then thinking about the movement that you could potentially take to balance things out. Definitely happiness, Target. Wow. Okay, we have the 4, or the Hermit. The Hermit came through. This is exactly what you've been doing, is trying to find the key to a new wish, I believe. Something that will feel better balanced, to where you aren't closed into one box or expected to stay on one very tight path. With the direction card as well, I think is something that could be coming through. You might not have a target in mind for where you would go or what's next, but the trust, I think, is all we need here. It says trust, faith in the power of the universe, and being guided to your happiness and being guided to where you are meant to go. Hidden secrets can harm you, to making sure that the truth is revealed when it should be, so that you are able to make those effective decisions toward a greater goal, your next movement and direction. The direction card I had mentioned, 27 to 26, going down, going backward, with the way that I'm thinking of it and viewing the way it came out. It's like this step here it's actually ahead. We have 27, 26. I want to say it feels like a step slightly backwards to find a new direction. You're taking a step back to pivot into a new direction is what I see, from something that was stressful seasonally at specific times. You relied on it at specific times. You were vulnerable to other things coming in the way of it and ruining the opportunity. And now you're stepping out of it, stepping away from it after some time to think and reflect on finding that balance, on just pondering what else could be out there for you, even speaking with other people who you have interest in because of what they're doing, their personality, anything about them, gossiping, speaking with other people, getting curious, finding resources, connecting online. All of these things could be helping you find courage, information to move forward with the skull. Hidden secrets. Okay. Anyway, so taking a step back, pivoting. Feels like a step back, but we're actually at number 8 now, from 27 down to 26. Now we're back to 8 with the step away to walk forward. This is how the maneuver is meant to play out with balance. You're meant to sneak out of this situation in this opportune moment, pocket in time, hidden pathway, something like that. You're given this opportunity to step out and trust what is ahead for you when you do, regardless of feeling like you were feeling unsure about your decision in the moment with the 9 of Swords. You will come to peace with it with the Hermit, another 9 card, the opposite end, from here to moving away to finding peace and balance. The Skull card. Hidden secrets can harm you. I've been meaning to get at this card for a minute here, but this feels like a message to me of information, feeling the reassurance you need that the information will not be kept secret from you. Because if it says hidden secrets can harm you, they don't want to cause you harm. The intention behind this new opportunity to move forward is to prevent harm, to no longer keep this secret from you of the new direction you were meant to step into and what is waiting for you there. So we need to find out what is the opportunity. It looks like a happy one. It looks like one where you are meeting the mark and meeting your target, and the universe has your back through it with trust. So there are 2 final tarot cards for the energy check, and then we will get going. So we're wondering what it is, and we know that it is going to be pivotal. The 4 of Wands is a big moment, a big step, marking behind, like a wedding, the marking of life's big transitions and moments where you look back and it's before marriage, after marriage, things like that. It's like before this moment that you pivoted, and after, and what's waiting for you after. What are you thinking, pile 1? It looks like you could have a lot of ideas at the start, to which they will slowly, I don't think that they would narrow down to just one, because that does feel a little bit limiting for you guys, pile 2, being very goal-oriented. But I do think that some of these will become more clear over time which endeavors possibly you would want to look into seriously pursuing or just dabbling in on the side as well. So that is your energy check, pile 1. If this was resonating with you as a situation you're in now, how you're feeling currently, anything I spoke of, take what resonated with you and leave what doesn't. If you find that a lot was resonating, then let's continue with your reading, because we have a lot to uncover about this opportunity. Okay. Okay, so let's get into another tarot deck. We're going to get into all the questions to uncover what this is for you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and ask for pile 1. Let's get cards. We'll ask, what is this next big opportunity on top of what we have already uncovered about it. What else is there to know? The 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords, this is a big moment. Once again, a big pivot. The 10 of Swords is kind of like the end game card in some situations if we're keeping it to its most basic meaning. And the 6 of Cups feels very fitting to be accompanied with that energy. It can be about being nostalgic, thinking back on the things that you enjoy with the 7 of Cups, to ponder again what you could be up to next with your next opportunity. I think that you could be referencing past situations. You could even be coming back to something that you had done prior, like years before, and never considered that it would come back in handy again. A skill that you have, I see here with the hands. I feel like something you did in your younger years, I'm really thinking like teenage years, like some job that you never, because of societal views, because of conditioning, whatever reason, a job that you never viewed as being like your full-time career based on what you believed that had to be. So this could be you returning back to that, something that you did prior and enjoyed and didn't think that you would find yourself picking those skills back up again in. Wow, that's interesting. What else is happening with this new opportunity? For pile number 1, we have the 7 of Cups again. Same card as this one here. Having all the options, trying to think about which one. It looks like you're narrowing it down to a few. You could be thinking about 2 different things at this time and wondering how can I... You might be like, oh yes, I can definitely balance. We have the balance card. I do believe that you would easily balance 2 aspects, 2 projects, 2 somewhat major commitments in your life, being so goal-oriented. Pile 1, I do believe that you would be feeling like, oh yeah, I can do these 2 things, but you find yourself thinking about something very important within that. I often get the message of like a doctor standing here in the balance card, so I see you considering how can I also squeeze in those things that I don't consider work that should definitely be scheduled into my day regardless, like of course time to eat, time to rest, time to tidy the house, like all those things to keep your entire life in check. You're considering how else can I balance out those other areas as well. That could be somewhere that you had potentially, like, I want to say gone wrong in this past situation, is not scheduling out the time to take care of other commitments, letting things fall through the cracks, not tying up loose ends, letting things get out of hand, not taking care of yourself. This could have been something that you identified was not working with your past situation. So going forward, you are looking for balance in this new opportunity. Okay. I feel this card I want to pull with the High Priestess. High Priestess, again, is also kind of making me think of something that you, like, have thought about time and time again, of I could maybe do that if I really, really wanted to, if I really worked hard, if I was really lucky, like things like that. And I think that this could be something that you are considering, again, with the idea of something you did a while ago, something you did in childhood perhaps, that you're picking back up as a skill. This could also be you solidifying a kind of out there idea that you've always had for yourself, like a dream of something you want to do. I see it as like something you could check off your bucket list type thing. Like not necessarily, it very well could be, but I'm seeing more so like learn a new language rather than go to school, become a doctor, like something like that, just picking up new skills that you've always felt drawn to. I feel like you would be very good at seeing what's ahead with what would be needed to learn and progress in each area with the goal-oriented person and balance, and I feel like you would do very well managing new information, new knowledge, new skills, pile 1 in this time. Okay, so let's look at next. We want to know for pile 1, can we get any more information about what this opportunity is going to look like for them? Details about how they can recognize it. And then after that, let's look at what will the outcome be. Yes, so let's start there, and then we will of course have guidance as well from your spiritual team to finish out the reading. Okay, so let's ask again details on how this opportunity will show up. We have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is an opportunity you didn't think you would have at this time in your life, at this age. And it's one that makes you very happy and giddy and joyful, just like how I was feeling when I went to film this reading. I think you get that like childlike joy when you get it, because it is so reminiscent of a dream, a true dream. So nothing like this you have ever pursued before has felt like a real, true, authentic dream to you with the Justice card, and it's time to have that not be the case. It's time to start pursuing the things that you are meant to, that you have a tug in your heart to do, because you are meant to, you are set up to. It is on your path, and you have the perfect essence to bring to this space. If some of you needed to hear that as well, I think that could really help you with giving you a push as well. Just knowing that a reason you feel called to this is not for no reason. It's because you share a lot of similarities with it. You have the skill set, you have the temperament especially that would be suitable for this position. Get real about it, start doing research, things like that. We have the Four of Wands come out again. Also came out right here. Lots of double messages coming through for you guys, really, really hitting home with the fact that this is a pivotal moment, one that's bringing a lot of joy. You could also be connecting with someone from your past as well, as a way of explaining examples of what's coming through, the energy of something coming back that you didn't think was necessarily meant to be for you long term or in a certain intensity. And that could also be a person, I believe, with the Four of Wands. If there's someone you've been separated from for a while, and especially Page of Cups as well, it could be someone coming through with an offer to reconnect, someone that you haven't spoken with in a while, if that is resonating as well. What else is it about this opportunity for pile 1? We have the Devil card. I do feel like part of this desire, part of the like fear around it almost, or the setback with actually going toward it, is because it will cause you to show up more authentically, and perhaps that is scary for some of you guys. It also is like that moment of getting what you truly, truly want, and kind of like the fact that nothing is ever going to be that like that blissful moment where everything else goes away. I think that's a message with the Seven of Cups as well, is to recognize that when this opportunity would come through, all of your other problems unfortunately will not poof and disappear. I think that is something that is coming through with the Devil card, just to let you know that also this could keep you grounded, as like not to get too rushed with wanting it to come in, not to get to be in anticipation of it too much to affect it or anything like that, because all those other things are still going to be there for you when it arrives as well. It's just recognizing that it won't necessarily be this like, it's a lesson to learn that things are always going to be harder to deal with, or there are going to be like more neutral energies surrounding as well when something big and great comes in too. I hope that was explained well, but that it's nothing, not a big deal. It's just just to let you know, like, don't get too, like, reliant on this moment, because it will be very special indeed and happy and blissful with the Four of Wands. But it's also like all the other wheels keep turning, kind of. Okay. Let's go ahead and ask the deck. What else should we know about this opportunity? What else would pile 1 be wondering at this point? Yeah, let's look at when we can expect this. The Six of Wands. Wow, the Six of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Wands. Well, we're in the month of June. I see this as a creative spark happening within that, or I also see this as, I had mentioned, of course, the fall season, the winter coming through with the initial cards. 6 months from now could be a message as well. So within this year, I especially feel like things are happening for the collective. So I do believe this message of within the next 6 months, something is sparking for you guys. The inspiration to pivot, to take that step back, which is going to bring you forward to victory, to the Six of Wands, and to good finances with the Six of Pentacles. Okay. What else can we know about the outcome of this opportunity for pile 1? I feel like we're not really being given too many details. I think it is a bigger collective we are reaching with this reading, so there are more generalized messages, of course. So what will this opportunity, the outcome of it happening will be, is the Nine of Wands, which the Nine of Wands outcome, the outcome can be about you really, again, this is something you fought for, and I think maybe you would have to deal with kind of slowing down after things really start picking up for you, and the manifestation, the opportunity comes to light. Try to like check the brakes a little bit, could be a message with the Nine of Wands, to make sure that you don't lose sight of other areas and things like that. Let other things fall through the cracks in that time when things are really, really picking up for you guys, pile 1. Other information we can know about how this will show the outcome of this opportunity. We have the Moon card and the 6, or third 6 here, 6 months, the month of June, something starting now. Maybe you're making the pivot now, and in the next 6 months, yes, I feel like now is when you're really doing that introspection. And I think now also is when you're making the pivot. I think this opportunity can be an opportunity to connect with your heart space more with the Moon, to understand yourself more, could be another outcome that comes from it. I feel like you are a pretty independent, strong-willed person, pile 1, but if you don't resonate with that, you could be feeling more independent and recognizing that within yourself when this comes through as well. Kind of the message again of like, things won't be perfect once your soul partner comes through. If that's what this opportunity is for you guys, you will benefit from being able to take care of yourself and your desires and go on your own pathways in that time and have your own space. I believe you will benefit from that whenever this comes to light. Not if it's like a work opportunity or a project opportunity. Again, with balance is a big lesson for you guys, to make sure that you're not letting other areas be affected negatively by you lacking attention in that spot. Okay, so yeah, I think we really truly uncovered the information we need and are allowed to receive. Unfortunately for pile 1, I think a lot came through, but I really think that there are some details that you guys are holding on to now that, of course, you will get a lot more insight from this than I did, of course. But Our next section, let's finish out your reading with guidance. We need to get the best strategies and tools for pile 1 to make this move and find this new opportunity. The King of Cups. Look at the movement through. It could be, yes, the message guidance could be going an unlikely path. One that doesn't look like the traditional one, the way you should be going. One that looks out of place. One that looks like, yes, that is very much what I'm getting with the Nine of Cups. Going through the stone, the mountain that's in the middle of the ocean. When it could have gone anywhere else, it decides through that pathway, through that doorway. You're going in a direction hidden, uncovered, less traveled, looking out of place for your life, amongst other things, but it will find its way in there, and it will grow with the guidance you guys are getting. The book here, the growing rose from the book. Some of you could, your opportunity could be sharing your own personal story, is kind of tying back to the Page of Cups now, is offering up your own story and heart space in some way, whether that is to a person or to a collective across like a media platform, a book, whatever, a podcast, a blog. You could be sharing yourself, and that way sharing your story. Teaching others could be another message. King of Cups, wow. There's two, no way, I had no idea there's 2 King of Cups within this deck. That is absolutely wild, and wild that they both came out. I'm like reading them so closely because I've never noticed that this deck does have 2 King of Cups in it. That is so interesting. Wow. King of Cups, something showing up not how you would expect. I'm kind of thinking about when you read the guidebook of this deck, you see that like the first editions were only female figures. It was very like a female, feminine oriented deck. They put out new editions and they did add some masculine figures as well. And I'm kind of seeing like something more neutral coming up in this image, as well as here with the body being an image of an ocean. I see like guidance for you would be to see things with neutrality, whether it is a person or an opportunity for you. The pathway, seeing it as neutral rather than out of place, rather than not like you, rather than, yes, dislike you, opposite of a different world, like whatever it is, non-judgment, having neutrality towards. I'm thinking of, if you watch the show Love is Blind, I've been watching it, and now it's just making me think of neutrality in a way of all these people saying, I never would have picked you because you're blonde, whatever, like, and they did, and it was their soulmate because they didn't judge it off those factors. That is some guidance for you guys, if it's relevant. 10 of Wands. We spoke of the 9 of Wands being the possibility of going too hard, of getting burnt out, of doing too much once it arrives. And the 10 of Wands is that message of, yes, that was the case. It is time to lighten the load. Guidance would be to keep yourself in check in that way, to make sure that you are allowing plenty time for rest. The King of Cups is encouraging that in you as well, and plenty of time for soul searching, exploration within yourself, creativity, expressing yourself too is a big message to help guide you to your authentic truth. Wow, okay. I'm gonna shuffle this deck. Are there any other messages here for pile 1? The World card. And my goodness, the 9 of Cups, how beautiful to get those two together. The World and the 9 of Cups are both very, very positive cards, as well as the Queen of Wands is full of positivity and inspiration. I think where you were going to shine, and you're going to be like, you're going to stand out. I think you're going to be different. Your relationship is going to be different. Your opportunity is going to be different. Your work is going to be different. How you look is going to be different. All of these things, and it's a good thing with the world. With the Nine of Cups, it's something that makes you happy, something that makes you feel like it's easy to express yourself, which might not have always been the case. It is easy to express yourself and get what you want from this point forward, because authenticity receives authenticity as well, is what I'm thinking of. Yes, I believe that these are your messages, pile 1, your next big opportunity. I hope you took away the messages you needed and things were resonating with you. If you did enjoy the messages, please subscribe to the channel to help us out. We are growing. We are so happy to be here. I would love it if you join the small family that we are now, and stay tuned for all of the future readings I will be posting 4 times a week. Lots of ideas for you guys. I'm very excited. I hope you will subscribe and stay tuned. Also, like and comment on the video with your pile. I would love to respond to that as well and chat with you guys. So with all that being said, pile 1, I wish you the best of luck with your situation, with this next opportunity. I hope you take it and you run with it. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in your next reading. Hey pile 2, welcome to your reading about your next big opportunity. We are shuffling out some oracle to get the energy check for what this could look like for you. This will help you determine if this is the right pile for you today. If it doesn't feel right, please check out other readings within this video, or check out my page for other videos entirely that can answer your questions. So your first card, identifying the overall energies for your next big opportunity, we have the heart chakra with flow, okay, as well as desert. All right. A couple more oracle cards for pile 2 to identify their next big opportunity upcoming. Vanity. Okay, let's pull out our tea leaf. One or 2 here. Horse. Throne. Rat. And dolphin. Okay. So, horse with 3 animals within that. That's interesting. There could be some significance of animals, of taking lesson from them. I look at the jellyfish on this flow card, taking lesson from animals. You have 5 different animals so far depicted on this, including your crystals. So we'll see if that comes into play at all. Vanity. Your next big opportunity. It could be a position of authority with the throne card and rat. I feel like would make sense to me. Interpret it as someone who would be almost like jealous of your progress, how much of a short journey it was for you to rise to a higher position, when maybe their experience was that they were not desert, they were not awarded with the same response upon their achievement. This could be something that has been heavy in your life as of late, some challenging situation directly with another person. If you resonate with that, that is something I want to say as a message for the collective today, but let's look at other aspects that are coming through. The dolphin card I always love when it comes out, because everyone has that one thing that could be potentially kind of sitting in the dust and not moving, being stagnant. And then this speaks of financial gain from something you did in the past, something coming in handy, something coming in clutch to get you financial gain. This could also be something you did in the past getting you ahead in rising to a higher position in any sense, whatever that would apply to your life. Pile 2, like whether this is related to work or like skill level in something, and some self-study, self-practice, your numbers going up in whatever sense, rising, some aspect of rising to a better, higher vantage point. And I think that your the way you have been set up in the past made it so that it was very quick to get to this spot, because the challenge that came with it came years ago when you did that thing that looks really good on your resume, or you saved that one thing that you were going to throw away and now it's really coming in handy for something like that is coming back to help you out now. That's another energy you could be in or recognizing or not be aware of with this opportunity coming through. The opportunity could expand on what I've just mentioned. So other things I see in these cards, I see the Vanity card. I believe that this is something you feel about what it would mean to achieve in whatever way that you would like to, in the way that you would also need to meet greater expectations as your project rises, as your whatever it is rises for you. It's almost like you are recognizing that you need to also glow up with that as well. Like, I don't know, if you feel insecure about being too, like, just not being accustomed to, like, the big world in that way, I want to say, or, like, the city life is coming through as well. Everything will be fine. This is, in the best way possible, this is the least of your worries, not to get you, like, feeling like there's more out there that I'm going to dump on you, but that is what I'm feeling, is like thinking that you're going to stand out like a sore thumb in a bad way amongst the crowd, like fearing the crowds that you desire to enter. There's this aspect of like manifesting great desires, like luxury, wealth, having your name well known, being a celebrity. Like, people who have that as their dream and want to manifest it, but if you can't imagine yourself in that situation, if you think of those spaces, those crowds as being completely foreign and like not for me, that is affecting your ability to get there. I believe, put yourself, everyone is faking it till they make it. Everyone started somewhere, and these fancier, like higher establishments, it's like, who made the rules? You don't need to be worried about these little things that you feel like are going to identify you as being inexperienced, young, a rookie, whatever it could be. That could be a limitation that you have that is holding you back. Desert next to heart chakra. Desert, flow. Desert being almost the opposite of this flow card message I'm getting. The expansion that is possible in the presence of great nothingness, of a great expanse, the expansion you can grow into. I think that this vision you hold of really rising to a great place of being well known, of being respected, authority figure, public figure, being in like luxurious situations, definitely with Vanity. I think that a dream such as this requires a big space for it to unfold. I think your heart is in it with the heart chakra. Yes, I do believe your heart is in it, and it's a dream for a reason. It's something you really want and would love for yourself, like your wildest dream, pile 1. If everything was possible, which it is, what would you pick? Like, that is what this is speaking of as your next opportunity. Something related to a very big dream that you guys have. One that requires a great space, that which I think you are making the way for it to unfold. Or the message is to intentionally create more space for it to unfold in your life. Like, repeating affirmations, yes, things like that to like further indulge in this experience, really create the space that you want to be in as like a landscape, an environment, a space that you can retreat to in your mind to solidify it in reality. But let's do some tarot to clarify this before we jump into the bulk of the messages. What else can we know about this opportunity for pile 2? How can they identify it better? The Lover's card. Something that would be very, very harmonious in your life. Something very, like, big picture. Something you would be so happy with for sure. The Three of Cups as well. A lot of social, like if you really like to socialize, a lot of events that are going to be at your disposal or like that you can go to often to have fun and to let loose in that way, if that is something you enjoy and resonate with as well. Kind of like the like party life, I guess. Pile 2, nothing bad with that. 8 of Pentacles, but you also are buckling down, I believe, to, of course, you're working on something great with your achievements. There's something fueling the resources that you do have to do these things, and it is partly your hard work with manifesting, with attracting, as well as just the skill that is required. I see that you, of course, you are working for something great, something that takes skill that you have, and that there needs to be time to work as well. I see you guys doing here. Let's pull one final card before we jump into more messages clarifying this, but energy check for pile 1. You have the King of Pentacles. Look at the luxury. Oh, I really, really want to see the Queen of Pentacles come out in this deck because she is exactly what I'm picturing. The King of Pentacles. This is what you want and desire. You could be a creative mind. You could be writing. You could be creating like writing scripts as well. Ooh, you could be an actor as well. This reminds me of that typical scene of like someone moving from home to LA to pursue their dreams and leaving behind the lack of opportunity. The Queen of Pentacles. Wow. The Queen of Pentacles, who is... Oh, it must be the Nine of Pentacles that I'm imagining as you with the vanity aspects. But I mean, guys, you have the Queen and the King of Pentacles here. You can choose between both. It's like you're doing both in this energy with this opportunity. Be in the luxury, be separate, be solo, be indulging, and then be in like that homely vibe of like, that's not just gonna go away. When you think of these celebrities who feel like they've lost something by like losing their childhoods, losing basic human experience, I think you're able to have both as well, with making great strides, being a big business person, a big creative, a big person of authority, as well as just being like, you're a mom as well. You have responsibilities. You are a partner to someone and you share responsibilities, like whatever it may be. You have like dual life going on here. Hannah Montana, y'all. Okay. So let's move on to our next deck. I think we're getting a good idea of what this is, and it's really exciting for you guys, pile 2. So what else can we know about this next big opportunity? How are they getting there? Cutting edge mind. I feel like you guys are very smart and intelligent as well, pile 2. Wow, and you're getting there from being beaten down in areas that you know were not meant for you. You know that you didn't have, you just weren't a fit for those situations, so you were beaten down in them, but I don't think it really brought you down because you had that recognition of, this is not where I feel in a flow, this is not where I feel I am meant to be. You could have been doing something, I do see you as being more of like a mind with whatever it is you're going for, creating something, creating an idea, a product, rather than like I don't know, working with your hands in some way. Like, I see your mind is like the main thing that is showing up for you to support you in whatever this opportunity is going to be that will bring you, it might not directly bring you to the luxury, but a few steps off of that and into the future, you've arrived at greater and greater achievement, I believe. Pile 2. Yes, with the 2 of Wands, it will take some planning. It will take, I was going to mention earlier when I was in this section that I don't necessarily see this as like something happening right away for you guys, but I feel like if you were to be transported to this moment and look back, I think happening now, stirring up now in the energies, I think you would recognize that is the time in my life. That was the sweet spot where I like made the changes that allowed me to eventually get here and to flow all the way to the end. I think the 2 of Wands is planning, not necessarily making those moves yet, but I do see that you don't want to be doing something anymore. You could be doing something better for you, better suited, that will also achieve an outcome that is very great as well. Pile 2. Okay, let's ask, what else can we know about this opportunity, when it is coming in? Let's get, if we can have information about what is the step after the recognition? The 2 of Swords. The step after the recognition, planning, maybe reaching a few dead ends, maybe realizing a few opportunities weren't necessarily the one you want to fully go after. And that kind of tying into the idea of like, you could feel blind in this time because you don't see how you could be presented with an opportunity that isn't going to be the one a step away from getting you all the achievement, but is going to be one on the path there. It's going to be one step to kickstart you. And so the blind, you feel like, how is this going to get me where I am meant to go? Follow your intuition. This is reminding me of the High Priestess card. Follow where the flow of where you are intended to move. Follow those signs and signals. I'm going to ask, how can Pile 2 recognize the signs of where they are meant to be next in order to get to this place along the road? How can they recognize where they're at? We have the page, wow, the Ace to the Page of Swords. So I think you could be, again, learning about something. The Page of Swords would be making steps in learning new information, acquiring new knowledge in order to move forward with that and put it to advantage in other ways other than just having the knowledge for yourself. The 9 of Wands, the Strength card, wow. The High Priestess I had mentioned, how can you know when these changes are happening? I believe when you find yourself being intrigued by what it is you're discovering, by information you are uncovering, I think you're uncovering something that makes you very happy, because it could be validating to something that you have known and believed your whole life, and it could be, I want to dive further into this, I want to become an expert, I want to advocate for this because I'm discovering that it's true. It isn't something that I made up that's very specific, but I think some of you are realizing that, or possibly like, that job exists. Like, I had no idea that I could do a job that involves what I'm interested in, or this thing that I'm learning about that I'm interested in. See what opportunities surround anything that calls your attention, and I think that will be a way that you can make that progress in discernment of where you should go next, of really what is intellectually stimulating to you guys is a huge sign. Follow that calling. Follow that flow. Your message is the flow card. The 9 of Wands. You can also recognize when this point is getting close because, as I mentioned with the 10 of Swords, there's something you can no longer do because it no longer is suiting to you. The 9 of Swords is burnt out, has been doing too much, fighting hard nonetheless, being persistent, but the strength here that they're asking you to have is to have the to be shameless in letting some things go. Someone else might view it as a huge letdown or a huge, you really dropped the ball on that by letting that go, but to them, not to you, is the message. The Strength card, you know your path, you know your best feeling, you know your best situations to be in. The High Priestess, you know what is meant for you. And the Strength card is to keep your eye on that prize. I think you were finding a lot of like fierceness around this time as well, with like the message of Leo I'm getting from the Lion, of course. I think you're getting a lot of like boldness around this as well when it comes through. Persistent drive, also a message with the Nine of Wands. Whenever you are getting to the right path, you're feeling a lot more assertive, bold, inspired on the daily, the Strength. You recognize changes within yourself, the High Priestess. Okay. Any other questions we should answer for pile 2 about this opportunity? And what will the outcome be of the opportunity besides the luxury? How will this path be impacting pile 2 on a personal level? How will they feel? Wow, the Emperor. You will feel in control. I think you have felt like a pawn in other people's games. I think you have felt out of control of your own life for a while now. 10 of Swords, 9 of Wands. And this feels like you're getting in alignment with you again. Wow, the 6 of Cups. You are getting in alignment with you again. This card is about your inner child, about your past, about nostalgia. You're getting in touch with the lost secrets of who you are meant to be and what you were put here to do, the High Priestess. Look at the age difference. Let's ask about timeline, but I'm getting like, this is the start to like a life's work. We have you in all stages of life, child, middle age, older age. I think that this is a great life's work that spans a long time into your adulthood, I believe. 5 of Coins. It's interesting. It does make me think that it would be more of like a short-term like run, I guess. I think I want to say for some of you, like, it is a life's work, but it could end up being the thing of like always striving for something better on top of that and never being satisfied. Could just be something to pay attention to that would come with it, because I definitely see it as like multiple wins across a lifetime, lots of progression, being very like having a lot of accolades and titles in old age, like being a doctor, being all these things at once, because you've done a lot of things that you've been called to. That could also be the 5 of Coins, is just tackling multiple things and areas and projects throughout your life. Maybe you are not actually focused on one thing, but maybe so strategic. Did we have the dolphin? We had the dolphin, which is, wow, guys, it's all coming together. The dolphin. Okay, bear with me. The dolphin card, speaking of getting money from something you did in the past, I think you could be hopping and skipping to a lot of things in your lifetime that are all very strategic, and the way that they are set up. It's not like you're working a contract job for a year, moving along, learning and getting a new degree, moving to a new job, working in an office for a year, getting your money, leaving. It's like you're doing things that are continuing to get you money. You're writing a book, you're publishing it, you're getting money from the sales, anything like that. Like any creative project that you put out, that you have your name on it, that you get the royalties from over and over. The things you were achieving across your lifetime, it's like you're burying little treasure chests across your entire life, and it's all accumulating. Maybe you're not like winning one big major jackpot, but the exciting part for you guys is that your life, you could be flowing through it and doing a shit ton of things that like make you a complete badass because you have so many skills and you have done so much. And I think that you could be someone to be very like spry and like ripe in your old age as well. Is that the right word? But anyways, you're like, you're kicking. You've got your, yeah, you don't, yes. When you're old, you're still thriving and vibing. As always, as usual, pile 2, of course. Okay, lots of celebrations in your life, lots of major achievements in your life. It's not just one moment. I think this is way better. I hope you guys are not discouraged by this, but rather excited, because this is so cool and a very like unique life's path and opportunity. The 4 of Wands is the opportunity not to just have one major event that you're proud of, that is your life's achievement, but like over and over again, you're picking up these accolades and having these achievements, ceremonies, recognition, reward, new titles. You're picking it all up along the way and being celebrated so many times, so many opportunities. Situations I spoke of in the beginning where you were scared to be in spaces where you would look like the odd one out, or you would look like you weren't fancy enough for them, or whatever it might be. You are the one who is stunting on all of them in these situations, and that is what I see. That's all I will say about that. But let's get, okay, final messages about this next opportunity. How, like, what is the nature of the things you are doing, if we can get any idea of some of the things that pile 2 will have the opportunity to do. We have the 4 of Pentacles. What is pile 2 getting an opportunity to achieve and create across their lifetime? What are some of the ideas coming through? We have the 3 of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. I love this queen. She just, I don't know what it is. I just love the way she's so proud of her plant. Maybe you're a plant mom, guys, but that's not super relevant to this reading. Page of Pentacles as well. 5 of Wands. The Justice card. And the Fool. The Child. I think you were reaching people. The 4 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords, I think you were offering across your lifetime your opportunity to, or you are getting clarity yourself on, I want to say, like, teaching people the things that everyone should know. Like, I see this figure as like an informational teacher figure in this case. The Knight, someone like the Knight of Coins would be knowledgeable, would have that base knowledge, and would be actively moving with it and applying it in areas, and therefore working with other people, teaching them. I see, like, in your life you were learning like those useful things that I feel like you weren't taught. I feel like you're learning, like you're rewriting life's rule book for yourself as well as for other people through being an inspiration, through being, like a figure that is seen, showing up in the energy that someone else would desire. I see for you guys. I see unteaching of things that you were taught, or also that you were never taught, with the Fool, with the Child pictured here across your lifetime. And the unteachings could be in the nature of your own, just like relating to you with the Justice card, bringing justice to the areas that you have been wronged in your perception, tweaking and altering those so that there are less areas of conflict and constricting thoughts and frames of mind that you have that would prevent you from going on these pathways that bring you a lot of different things, bring you a lot of different opportunities with the Page of Coins. Your justice is learning that you can, the limiting beliefs we talked about with you not feeling good enough or fancy enough for achieving things and being among other people who have achieved as well. Your life is meant to be something big and grand. I think justice, this is your cards playing out. This is the balance you were meant to achieve. I believe the justice card reminds me when it comes through that, like, this is your path. This feels like the scales are supposed to shake out this way. And the resistance is going to be cleared through deconstruction of limiting beliefs, things you have been taught yourself, all of these things, and again, also teaching and being a mentor, being an example for other people as well. Okay, final part of your messages, pile 2. Let's get guidance from a third tarot deck on how can pile 2 next moves, what should pile 2 be doing in this time to bring all of these opportunities their way truly. So you have the King of Swords as well as the Temperance card. What can you be doing in this time? King of Swords. I did see Queen of Swords when I was shuffling for your pile, and that felt significant. We have the Star. Wow. What can you do in this time? You can continue wishing on your dreams and, yes, manifesting by having that wish. And the King of Cups. 2 more. We're going to have to pull both of these. So we have the Ace of Wands as well as the 8 of Swords. Your guidance for going toward this next big opportunity, pile 2. King of Swords is one who would be adamant in the fact that maybe a little bit stubborn, I would say, almost at times, in the sense of like making this wish come true, I believe. The Star card is your wish, and it is, to me, this feels like a little just bit of encouragement that there is a wish you have to be wished upon. And I think that is the message. There is a path you have to enter into with the King of Cups. A path of self-discovery, of leaving this limiting cage. 8 of Swords, you're supposed to leave the blockages, the boundaries that are self-made, where the escape is not being acknowledged. The Ace of Wands, your escape could be in learning, pile 2. Definitely your escape could be in learning about different things that are interesting to you. I think you might have a lot of learning ahead of you if you are to do so many things. Start there and see where it takes you. Take skills one at a time, I kind of want to say, like weave things one at a time. It's going to be very delicate work. She has the needle. She's been weaving the stars on her dress across the card. Like, one by one, you were stringing more stars onto your thread, and the masterpiece at the end, the culmination of all of that, wow, that image is going to be beautiful. Temperance. I think you're entering into a time where you're going to be covered from a lot more areas of worry, anxiety, fear. I think you're going to be, I want to say, sheltered from this in this time. I think you're going to be protected in this time as well, because your emotions are being protected to keep you moving forward, and to keep your heart feeling happy is something that is going to be divinely supported to get you on this pathway. Your guidance, I think that you are going to be noticing, especially when you feel like this is kicking off, you're going to be noticing things feeling more convenient, feeling more protected, feeling more secure, I think, when this is starting to kick off. And that will too be a sign of I almost just like yelled there. My voice like raised because my foot slipped on a card and I kicked over my water. But a sign, it might be a sign when you feel like things are just playing out to your benefit in a lot of cases. You feel lucky in this time. Wow. You guys are going to be doing so much. And I feel like that was a lot that came your way, a lot. Yeah, so I think I'm going to pull out an Angel Answers card. These have like specific phrases on them giving you different answers to questions. So I think I have a question in my head that I'm going to hold, and I will expand on how this card answers that question when it comes out. But if you want to hold a question in your head about this opportunity, now is your time, because I think you guys deserve a little more clarity or information, since there's a lot involved. Okay, so for pile 2, let's answer this question. Okay, so will this fulfill their heart, make them happy, fill their heart space? Ask for help from others. Wow. I had mentioned the dynamic of being a mentor, teacher figure to other people, of helping other people, of them asking you for help. I think whatever question you had, it could have been a concern about how is this going to play through? How can I handle all of this? If you have any idea of areas you want to pursue first, you can benefit from inviting other people into that space to help you along this. And no one is a one-man army. Like, it would be in the cards inevitably that you would be tackling some of these things with teams, with help, with mentors, with agents, with, yeah, things like this. But I think that the fulfilling part of this, again, is going to be being like an example, a figure to other people, even if it's on a grand scale or just people close by in your life, you're making them proud and you're helping them as well to reframe a perspective of a generation, I believe. Okay, wow, pile 2, I loved doing this reading for you guys. If you enjoyed your messages, please subscribe to the channel. Come join us. We are growing now. Get your spot now before we really take off, so that you can say you were right here when it all started. But like and comment on the video. I love to hear what piles you guys come from and how the messages resonate. It can be as vague or as detailed as you want. I will be ready and open to receive your thoughts and messages. So please do all of those things. If you would like to, subscribe, like, and comment the video. Check out other videos if you have other burning questions on your mind. But otherwise, pile 2, I wish you the best of luck in your journey. I know you're going to do great things. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in your next reading. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading about your next big opportunity. I just threw a card on the ground, so this is your first oracle card for your energy check that will help you identify if this is your correct pile. If it doesn't feel right, I will let you know when that section is through with the reading. Please check out other readings within this video or other videos entirely on my page to answer your questions if need be, if this pile is not resonating. So, pile 3, your first card, energy check for your next big opportunity. Adversity. I'm gonna pull one more from this one as well. Energy check for pile 3's next big opportunity. Stardust. An opportunity to grow and expand in adversity. And I thought it said enlightenment, but entanglement. And yes, in adversity with entanglement, opportunity to expand, to be, look at the stars with stardust and guidance, to be guided by the stars, guided by the light out of an entanglement, out of an adverse situation, something more challenging you're being guided out of in this time, or given the opportunity to as your next big opportunity. So this could, yes, whatever you're feeling so far. Pile 3 for your energy check. 2 more cards from a different deck. We have the balance card, which did come out in this section for pile 2 as well. And facade. Wow. Wow, Destiny. Yeah, I was just pondering, do I mention, do they go to pile 2? Because sometimes I feel like some people don't enjoy being told to go to another pile, but could just be my own perception of things. Anyways, check out pile 2 if you felt called to it all, because this really just confirmed my wanting to say that since I drew this card. The imagery of the child in this. Check out pile 2. I don't think you will be disappointed in the messages you have to receive there if you do, so I will say that with confidence. I think you will really enjoy that reading. Destiny, this is your destiny to come out of some facade, out of some foggy area and into balance. Let's pull some tea leaf. These messages are flowing very easily so far, coming through more quickly than piles 1 and 2 did. So, a couple tea leaves so that we can identify this. Finger, we have warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. I believe this is a problem now. I believe that there is something you're being guided out of. It could very well be in the future for some of you guys, but also that's scary, so I'm not going to predict that. But this deck can be a little bit more intense with the messages. Definitely has the most negative messages, I would say. Warning you of a problem, it's life, okay? I'm not getting any messages of something specific coming up to be concerned and to be looking out for at this point. We have Fox with shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. Bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. And pale with time to get out of a situation. Okay. Your messages here with the tea leaf as well. I really truly believe that there is an issue right now that you are trying to navigate out of. Dealing with someone who is difficult. Dealing with something not being super aligned or perfect, or the numbers not adding up within your business, something falling on you to investigate, something to untangle a sticky situation, a mistake other people made, the blame being put on you for things, and you being the one who has to make the corrections with the finger card. Like, you are the one who is needing to correct for other people's mistakes in situations. Destiny, facade, and it's all a facade. I feel like you have this idea of like, I know that this situation is not for me. I know that there's a way to get myself out of it and into better balance, to get myself out of this entanglement. You might feel a sense of responsibility to stick with a certain person, group, people, and be of service to them, be an employee specifically for a certain amount of time. You might like feel that pressure to live out a certain expectation to some extent. That could be something you have going on as a concern as well, because at the end of the day, I feel like something you're doing now just feels like a facade. It feels like everyone is pretending it's okay, but really, like, the clouds covering all the entanglement somehow makes it okay. Like, you know that if those clouds were cleared away, that it would be a mess below. Like, constantly shoving things under the rug. This is what you could be in right now, is feeling like, yes, you need time to get out of a situation. You need to get out of a situation. I get that thought as I am reminded of the Pale card here, the bag. Something important, such as a new job or raise. This could be the sneak peek into what your next big opportunity will be. But regardless, what I'm seeing here is quite clear. You are being guided out of this entanglement at this time, and the facade isn't going to be affecting you anymore. You are heading to something important, such as a new job or a raise, and you are heading to your destiny as well. You are being divinely guided to your destiny, in fact, through challenging times, through those bumps in the road that let you know with more certainty that you want this, that this is for me because I'm willing to overcome these challenges. That is where you are headed, to where adversity is not as frustrating as it had been in situations that you weren't as aligned with. Okay, so let's pull out tarot. We do want to clarify, is there anything else that we can get about this energy check? I really think that this reading is going to be quite efficient for you guys. We're hitting all the bases pretty quickly. Four of Pentacles to further elaborate shrewdness and resourcefulness in business. The fox is essentially what the Four of Pentacles can be speaking on in like a shadow light of being shrewd and too resourceful with what you have, to where it is stagnant and it isn't even serving you if it's just sitting there in its bag. Something important is sitting, waiting for you, I believe. The bag, something important. A surprise in there too. The Two of Pentacles, something you will love. The ice cream, something that would make you very happy. Two of Pentacles, a path waiting for you to start working with those energies, to start taking those steps, gathering resources, taking your time along a new path. Two of Pentacles. Okay, what else should we know before we jump into the major energies of this next big opportunity? The Eight of Cups, you are getting that call to move on into the clarity, into the clear night, out of the entanglement, away from the adversity. Leaving all of that behind, you can see very clearly on the Eight of Cups card. One more card for pile 3. The Queen of Swords. I think things are maybe like currently things are ramping up a little bit, getting a little bit more intense, a little bit more cutthroat. Some of you might be reaching like a so-called breaking point where you would express how you feel. You definitely have the opportunity to express anything that needs to be expressed to improve a situation for others before you leave it, if you feel like that's something you care to do or feel inspired to do. Two of Cups, you do care about helping other people, and I think that you would have a moment of power in this transition, and where you would have an opportunity to reflect and voice the things that were and weren't working with where you came from, whether that is to a person you know on a personal level, an employer, a boss, a coworker, like a family member, whatever it is that you're leaving. You're getting the chance to tie up loose ends, to put in, to say what you need to say to everyone involved with the Two of Cups before you have to leave. Like, some of you could be worried about the insecurity of deciding to drop out of a situation because you feel like it wouldn't be anticipated. That might be something that is worrisome to some of you, and so then you feel like people would have questions and whatnot. So I see that to alleviate your worry, if there is anything holding you back from like just the fear of making the jump itself and having it be known officially that you're making some jump, whether it is ending a relationship, leaving a job, it could be so many things for you guys, pile 3. Whatever might come across as shocking to people you know or potentially hurtful, I think that this is making it clear to you that you will have your opportunity to speak your truth and to end things amicably if needed, or if applicable to this situation for you guys. And the final card, wow, the Emperor, you're doing it with a good sense of like tact as well, and you're being respectful. Overall, it's like a smooth, amicable transition I'm seeing for you guys. So all good things so far. Let's get into what this opportunity is going to be further. Can we get what is the next big opportunity for pile 3 after somewhat of a transition? Wow, the Five of Swords, the Devil, the Three of Cups. I think you're joining some community or, some space that is newer or less like known or identified, perhaps, like something that not a lot of people are familiar with, and so there could be like fear around it. But once you enter, but you quickly find what the abundance that is waiting there with friendships, with connections. What is that for you guys, pile 3? Something that you could be interested in that would maybe even be seen as like taboo, like a practice that you're able to connect with other people from. Yeah, something that is maybe you fear people would view you differently as well. I love the Devil card in this deck. It's so different and vibrant than other depictions. So I don't know what else you might be getting out of this card. Like the imagery specifically seems significant as well. Okay. What is this big opportunity for pile 3? Where are they going? What is this weird eclectic energy? Something not well traveled. 7 of Cups. This next big opportunity, you could actually be picking up and moving, like even if you live in like a big city and you are like moving neighborhoods. And I think there's like major cultural and like vibe differences, atmosphere differences in different neighborhoods in large cities. So I'm getting that kind of idea of like picking up and moving to a different community that is just different. Like, yeah, like you could not be like going far, but you're definitely somewhere new amongst a new crowd. The Sun, this could be that more like, I don't know, are you wanting to like travel and be a bit nomadic and like stay in hostels and like do that kind of thing, meet people along the way, go on like days long hiking, camping trips? I don't know if you're wanting to do something like that where you're joining people where you feel like the rookie, you feel like the new face. Yeah, I'm imagining like, yeah, just people taking you in, like experienced parental figures in this atmosphere and like helping to transform you and bring something out of you, with everyone helping each other, tending to each other, nurturing each other in this nice little tight-knit community of the 3 friends and the 3 of Cups. Who is taking you in and bringing you a lot of sunshine and joy? The Fool, your next big opportunity. I wonder if you are like having a child, some of you could be having a very beautiful gift in the form of a child on the way or coming soon with the Fool card, especially in this deck, heavy message of childhood. Or otherwise, I thought of like working with children and being able to be like a less rigid version of yourself in some cases whilst doing that than you were before, not having to do that facade of being so professional, uptight, strict, ignoring all the bad things. I think you could be in a role where you're allowed to be more like goofy. I'm also imagining like someone who would like host like a child's TV show in like the 2000s, some like really funny person. I don't know, are you doing something like that too? Like an actor for like children's programs, or specifically to entertain a younger demographic? I don't know. You could be really joyful acting like your child self as well and bringing that element out of you rather than acting like it, letting it free rather. The 5 of Cups has come out in all 3 readings today, which is so interesting. And I'm trying to think back, what was this specific message? 5 of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups to the Fool. Like ooh, yes, you really could be bringing in children to your home, like adopting them as well, fostering, finding that this is a space you feel like you were meant to be in and provide this support to others in, and it's very fulfilling for you as well. coins. Let me pull out one more card. Can we clarify, how about timeline for pile 3? Because yes, we have the moon. Timeline. That's so interesting. The Knight of Pentacles as well as, wow, this is actually crazy that the 10 of Swords as well came out in all 3 groups today. And I'm thinking about how, like, of all cards, the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords can be 2 of the most, like, negative, fear-inducing cards if you don't have the context with it as well. And I think that seems like the message that was meant to come across. Being afraid of the moon as well, being afraid of something without the context, being afraid of something you feel within you, an urge, a calling, a desire, because you don't understand where it's coming from or the context. The moon card can be about going into those inner desires and looking into our true intention, true inner world. So I think the Knight of Coins in this case is someone who has overcome that, who has uncovered and dug up the root of her problems, and who is now transforming them with the growth of the new plants she has with her. They are being transmuted into something more positive for you, rather than being a lingering, stagnant, negative energy weighing on you. I believe that you are taking them out and healing them, perhaps through the work you were doing, healing them by helping others, by interacting with others as well, by nurturing a child of your own. And your next opportunity. What is this card? Guidance. You are divinely guided. I think some of you, really, it could be a strong message of, like, wanting children in some aspect, and your next big opportunity is you could be entering into a relationship where your partner has children, and this is a surprise, something you weren't expecting to be put into this space. But I think it is a blessing in disguise for specific people in this group. Okay. Let's look at other aspects of what does this look like for other members of the collective. There's a lot of people that we like to include within this, so we try to get all the messages out to cover. Is it really the 10 of Swords again? That is crazy. The 10 of Swords. And I mentioned in a reading recently that this was like tying into something from childhood, the way it is, of course, like a teddy bear, a childhood stuffed animal, as the figure who is at the end of the road. I don't think I need to mention the messages around children much more, but that is kind of confirming some of that, helping people in need, particular demographics generally, like a counselor for specific demographics, things like that, to which you are taking people under your wing. Wow, with this as well. Or you are being taken under someone's wing initially as your next opportunity is to become part of a community that is right for you. No matter how expansive it is, or if it's tight-knit, if it's growing a small family with your significant other, or alone, whatever it may be. What else can we know here for pile 3? We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this is you being a little bit bashful when you were first asked to step under the wing of someone who has been, yes, in it for a while, experienced. You might feel a little bit like, you will feel like the student, I think, for some of you in this opportunity, but that is such an opportunity in itself to be the student to someone who is so experienced, to where it makes you feel naturally a little bit intimidated by them, but which I don't think is justified. You could also be getting like swung off your feet by an unexpected person as well. Like, I'm seeing you in a crowd somewhere watching a show and you're falling in love with that one character. Who is that person? I need to identify. That's what I see with Page of Cups looking over to King of Wands. You could like getting an eye on the prize. Maybe not necessarily like straight up meeting someone, but you could be like identifying a person of interest, watching them perform, etc., something like that. Okay. Wow, and we have the 8 of Wands. I was going to mention, I feel like that could be like an event you're attending like this summer, very quickly upcoming, I believe. And then we have the 8 of Wands coming out to confirm that. So I think that if that is an aspect, meeting someone, it could be happening quickly here in the summer, as well as the summer sun, the sunflower, in the heat of the summer, in July, August with the number 8 card. August to October, I think. It seems like this like turning point, this death point with the 10 of Swords could be actually happening in October. The Queen of Cups. And we have the Fool. We have the Fool once again. So much repetition. The messages from these 2 cards, I think you will feel safe. Yeah, you will feel safe taking a leap whenever the time comes. Especially in love, I believe, with the Queen of Cups. If relevant to you guys, I think you will find yourself falling in love with yourself, the self-love of the Queen of Cups, as well as finding it easy to take a leap in love as it hasn't been before, perhaps. Okay. Are there any other messages for what this is looking like for pile 3? We got message of timeline. We've had a few ideas of what exactly this is going to look like. What can they expect to notice first when this is coming through to their life? 10 of Pentacles, growing family, stronger connection with family at this time, and therefore having a good support system. Yes, pile 3, you have a support system as you are uncovering these truths from within. The Queen of Cups having emotional healing, dealing with these negative aspects of heartbreak, self-heartbreak from your past, feelings of guilt, blaming yourself for things, gaslighting yourself, releasing all of that, trying to work through that as well. Okay, pile 3. I believe these are your messages for this next big opportunity to come through for you. So let's go ahead and move on to our final tarot deck to get the guidance for how can you move through this and navigate. How is pile 3 going to be handling these energies of new opportunity coming in? We have the Devil card as well. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the Magician, as well as the 10 and the 10 of Wands coming out. Really? Go to pile 2, please, if you felt like you wanted to at all. Your guidance is to not prove them right. Thank you, Sabrina Carpenter. Please, 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 new song, streaming now. Her lyric, don't prove them right. Please, please, please don't prove them right. That's inevitably what I was thinking of when I said please. That is guidance. However that resonates for you, don't prove them right. The 5 of Pentacles, don't... Okay, so Page of Cups to the King of Wands. Being taken into a community. If you feel, it's that thing of like, if you feel like you are one way, if you feel like you are weak, then you will be. If you feel like you aren't capable, then you will find a way to prove to yourself why. You will find a way out of that situation, is a message that could be relevant to you. The devil is being careful about this, of not trying to like be overly modest about what you have done and changes you've made, achievements you've made. The Magician, Five of Pentacles, kind of like hiding, tucking away their achievement, caging it, hiding it, thinking it's not worth being seen, being visible, being part of you. Your message, and the opposite, when you have all of the other things that you don't resonate weighing on your back and showing on your face because you're stressed from it, you have all these heavy things weighing you down. I feel like humans, we don't have any problem wearing the negative things, wearing our stress, wearing our to-do list, letting other people perceive us as being rude or grumpy because we have a lot on our mind, we have a lot going on. We are good at this. We're good at wearing all of that to be seen to others and visible, of I'm busy, I'm in a rush, I'm stressed, let's leave me be. And so why do we struggle to show the good things as well? It's like we feel comfortable in falling into being negative and being angry and being perceived that way, but like it's frowned upon in some cases to be too proud or to be too... I had thought of like how bashful she is. Like someone might be like, oh wow, pile 3 is really like, you're making someone like blush by the way you're showing up because they're used to more modesty or toning down your vibrancy. I definitely see you finding a way to live authentically, loudly, boldly with the Sun card, with this community that you're learning from and becoming a part of and finding a lot of joy in as well. So that is your advice for going through this, making this happen. Your next big opportunity is on the way, pile 3. If you enjoyed your messages, please subscribe to the channel and join the growing family. I have a lot of content and ideas I want to put out for you guys. I love reading, being here. I'm so grateful to be here. I love doing it so much. I have every intention to continue putting out consistent quality readings for you guys, for covering all the bases. That is always my intention, to think about what questions you would be left with and try to always get those answers channeled through the cards for you guys. Yes, so please also like the video if you enjoyed it. There's a ton of other readings on my page to check out. Also comment with your pile, share as many or as little details about how it resonated, related to you. I love to hear that kind of thing and respond to it as well. Okay, so with all of that being said, pile 3, I wish you the best of luck in this situation. I know you're going to get through it and thrive. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in your next reading.